Hi, and welcome to Weed Talk. I'm your host, Rhodes Pierre. And this week we're here with Shaleen Title and Shanel Lindsay. We voted essentially for legalization for Massachusetts, yes on 4 in the past. So I believe December 15th. December 15th is the implementation of the law. What does that mean for us as patients or consumers? Actually, It's no longer patients, it's for anyone.
That's right. And then people over 21 can possess 1 ounce of marijuana outside their home, up to 10 ounces inside their home. They may grow up to 6 plants inside their home as well.
If you don't own the house, if you're renting per se, would you be able to grow or be in possession and feel fairly secure that you can, be in your apartment and have your marijuana?
Yeah, that's something of a gray area as well. There is a protection that you can consume in your apartment if it's not smoking. But if there's actually smoke coming out, I would be very cautious. You can prohibit that in a lease. Mm-hmm. So I would say, treat that the same way you treat cigarette smoke. Just be very careful about it. There's also an exception for people who live in housing that is owned by the state. Okay. That consumption can in fact be prohibited.
I think it's about friendly landlords. Whether you are on a residential side or even on a business side, having a landlord that understands what you're doing and what you're up to. If you are involved in cannabis, not everyone can do that, but if you can find a friendly landlord who doesn't mind consumption or isn't opposed to a cannabis business, that can be a great asset to have.
What I often tell people when discussing these limitations is that landlords and employers, they're business people too, right? So landlords want to rent. Employers, they want to hire the best people. And so if you can make it clear, like, I'm a good tenant, I'm a good employee, and I just happen to use marijuana, like, if you're comfortable doing that now that it's legal, I think that's a good idea.
Are people able to exchange cannabis freely amongst themselves?
Up to 1 ounce. Okay. Given that I believe 5 grams only can be concentrates.
Okay. And it can't be for compensation. So you can't sell cannabis, but you can give it.
So basically it's a donation, kind of like a donation system.
I wouldn't give somebody a donation. If it was me, okay. I would just gift it freely. Gift economy.
Okay. How would you compare that to the Washington market where they are able to do donations?
You mean Washington, D.C.?
Yes.
In Washington, as some people might know, Washington, D.C.,
yes.
They have a kind of a strange situation with their cannabis laws, mm-hmm. is that they passed legalization, but then federally were blocked from having a commercial system. Mm-hmm. So they weren't able to kind of have a system where you would actually be able to purchase from a dispensary. It was a non-commercialized system where you could just give it. And so kind of a creative way, I would say, of circumventing that is to ask for a donation instead. And I think that as an attorney, that is certainly a very, very, very gray area to be in, and people are certainly getting in trouble where the link can be made to say, well, it actually was payment and not a donation. So I think I would caution people to stay away from that and to stay within the realm of gifting, like Shaleen mentioned.